Listen closely to me, because after studying every course, webinar, and books of Alex Hormozi, I've spotted the exact formula that he used to not only save his business gym lunch from going bankrupt in COVID, but also now become the shine of the internet. But I won't be revealing the biggest secret that he's keeping it to himself until the very end. So let's get to business. Step 1. Listen, you have to build yourself a high credibility. Ask yourself, would you have even clicked on this video if it was some random guy's cold email strategy? So how do you expect your prospects to be clicking on your email? So you really do have to build yourself a personal brand, which starts from LinkedIn. Long story short, you want to position yourself as the expert of your niche starting from LinkedIn, which if you want to learn what to exactly write and not write about in your LinkedIn, then smash the subscribe button, because that's what the next video is going to be about. Now that you've built yourself a professional brand, you want to buy yourself a domain with your name or brand on it. .com, .co, it doesn't matter. Next, you gotta warm it up. Warm what? Say for example, you're emailing 5 of your contacts. If the next day you email 100 of them, does that mean you found 95 friends overnight, or does that mean you're spamming? So no wonder your emails are going to spam. So that's why you gotta warm it up. Now to do that, you gotta go to automatedemailwarmup.com, enter your email address and hit go. And you wanna be using automatedemailwarmup.com because not only does it warm up your email, but it finds you any person from any corner of the world that you wanna target, as it has more than 200 million people in its database at your fingertip. Now using the tool, you want to be targeting the audience you want to go after, which as Alexa Hormozi call it, a lead list. Now remember, here, you're not trying to shoot in the dark to discover the light, but you want to make the light, meaning that we really want to focus on your audience. Because this is exactly where most people get it wrong, where they go too big just to end up going home. Meaning that they become too ambitious by selecting too broad of a category to then try to personalize it when it can no longer be personalized. It's like going after all the sports fans to then sell them the most personalized basketball jersey with their name and even face on it. What about if I'm a soccer guy? Why would I care about my name or even my face on it? Instead, you want to peel the onion and get to the center as much as possible. So you want to go down from sports fan to, for example, basketball fans, even more targeted to Lakers fan, and from Lakers fan more targeted to fans in the United States that love Lakers. And just by zooming down to your target audience, you have naturally personalized your message. Now that we've got our bullseye audience, it's time to take the shot. But you don't want to celebrate too early, because this is exactly where the rest of the people fail. Where they write an email saying, "Hello Daniel, let me double your traffic," or whatever BS. First of all, why are you losing your most precious character, which is your first characters, to say hello? Were you thinking the person was expecting a goodbye from you? Or just because you said hello, now you have my attention? No wonder your emails is going nowhere. Instead, you want to be turning around the table. What do I mean? Well, listen, as you may know, there's a principle called loss aversion, where it says the impact of a loss to a person is twice as the impact of a gain. Meaning the person rather not lose 50 bucks than make 100. So when you're saying, I'll double your sale, are you talking about gain or loss? And that is exactly where most marketers fail. Instead, in the subject line, you want to be saying something like, "Daniel, why is your SEO down?" Now you've got my attention, because not only do we have a problem, but a situation, an urgent one. But you don't want to now go back to selling, because then the person realizes that this was nothing but a clickbait and will exit your email sooner than they've opened it. And to make matters worse, you've also lost the trust of the person. In other words, they've mentally blocked you and all your future incoming messages. No wonder people complain why their follow-up emails don't work. So rather in your message, you want to be actually giving a value, not some cheap value on, "Hey, here's how you can figure it out yourself," but rather a value that blows out their mind and lets you rise in the sea of competition, as Alexa Hormozi calls it himself. Such as saying to your body, "Listen Daniel, you gotta make sure your SEO is in chronological order, or else you're not just wasting money, but also risking getting banned from Google." What have I done here? Not only have I targeted the lost nerve, but also squeezed it. And here, the more technical the knowledge is, the more they need you, because they're too afraid of doing it themselves. And that is the weakness you're going to exploit. Where the moment the person replies to you, "Yes, so what should I do?" then you know you've got the person's time, which now you got to translate it to money. Which here you say, "Listen man, I've actually got a few minutes to kill. And I really don't want you to hit the wrong thing to then end up costing your business. So why don't we just jump on the call right away? Here's my calendar link. And now you've got their attention, time, and wallet. As you can see, no hello, no hi, no double, no half, but hitting the right nerve, squeezing it, adding value, selling it. Now, I'm not saying to go out there and email people about problems that don't even exist, but rather I'm saying to find those problems, because no matter how small or big a business is, it does have a problem, and use that to get the owner to be doing business with you because you just saved him. And as you can see in automatedemailwarmup.com, you can find those people, target based on who you want to target, say plumbers, even target based on what technology they're using, such as WordPress, to be able to send the email I've given you example and write the emails that is personalized to the name and anything else you want to personalize. Now, one thing you have to know is at the end of the day, this is all a numbers game. Will everyone that you email take out their money and beg you to take it? No. Will there be some people where they be too worried that they can't hold themselves but to talk to you and possibly do business with you? 100% yes, because I've done it and now I'm walking my talk. Now, as far as the biggest hack that I promised you in the earlier part of the video, that Alex Hormozi keeps it to himself, which is about when the buyer asks you about pricing, you don't want to be doing what 99% of people do, where they fail, where they either sell a $1,000 subscription or $999, which either case won't work. Let me explain. You see, when you're selling at $1,000, you're leaving the room for the buyer to bargain. And when you're selling at $999, you're now selling a candy for $1 to make a difference or not. You're selling almost $1,000 subscription. Do you think the buyer's gonna buy because it's $1 less? They know what you're doing, and now they feel like you're trying to manipulate them, and that's how you're gonna lose their business, because you just lost their trust over $1. But rather, you want to sell them a specific number, such as $747. Now, when the buyer sees that, it realizes that you have done some mental math to come up with this number, and it wasn't a guesswork. And at that point, the buyer doesn't want to question your math, but rather now see how professional and trustworthy you are. And that is the exact pricing strategy that you want to walk through when you're picking up the phone to make the call to him. But if you want to know what tables to exactly turn around that most people don't know, and what psychological hacks to use when you're on the sales call, then you want to smash the subscribe button, because that's exactly what next video is about. Because if you don't sell, then what was the point of all this?